Welcome to GDs, and this is Mayans M.C, Season 4, Part 2. Getting to know about Coco's death, everyone is quite angry, especially Gilly. Kanchi wonders if it was El Banquero who hit them, as a payback for Randall. But Trank thinks, it might have been the Sons. Easy doesn't trust anyone, including some of those from other charters seated at the table. Alvarez asks Kanchi to head back to Yuma and take care of his own charter, as they figure out who hit them. After Kanchi leaves, Alvarez reminds Easy that he is a VP, and he needs to keep his temper in check. Back in Mexico, Miguel digs a grave for young Thomas and lays him to rest. His aunt tells him that it's time for him to go. Miguel is a bit hesitant to leave, but his aunt explains to him that Martin will be tortured by the LNG, and he'll give up Miguel's location. Knowing the same, Miguel finally decides to leave. In Santo Padre, Angel goes to check on Coco's daughter Letty. But she was not in a good place, and as Angel tried to console her, she kisses him. Later, Letty comforts Hope, though they didn't get along before, but losing Coco brought them together, and she doesn't want her to leave. Meanwhile, Nails notices that she is bleeding, and is in a lot of pain. Fortunately, Felipe was there, and he takes her to the hospital, not being able to reach Angel. In the hospital, the doctors inform Nails that they couldn't save the baby. At the club, Trank informs Alvarez that the survivors in Oakland recognize the guys who ambushed them as Sons. Alvarez asks Trank to keep this news quiet for now, as he wants to figure out what started this before they fight back. Easy, seeing Alvarez, asks him if he received any news about the attack, but Alvarez claims not to know on who attacked them. Later, we get to see Manny approaching the club. He lets them know that he is there because he heard what happened, and wants in on killing some Sons. Easy tells him that Oakland hasn't confirmed on who did the shooting, and Manny breaks the news to him that it was confirmed hours ago. Getting to know this, Easy expresses his disappointment with Alvarez for hiding the truth from them. And he believes that Alvarez is afraid to go to war with the Sons. As they gather at the table, Alvarez tells them that the Sons will answer for Coco's death. However, they can't afford an all-out war now, because the Mayans are too divided. For now, he is going to check with the Sons in order to know why they attacked them. But the club's not happy with that decision. Easy lets him know that the time to talk is over, and they need to hit back. He proposes a plan to cut the head of Sons leadership by going after Packer. Despite knowing it to be risky, he wants to go ahead with the same, along with Angel and Gilly. Trank doesn't want Gilly to go, as someone needs to be in Santo Padre to protect the club. With a person being short, Manny volunteers to join them. Alvarez warns them that if it goes wrong, the Mayans will be in a world of hurt. But Easy is sure of it, and tells him that it's time to go to war. Before leaving, Easy meets with Sophia, and asks her to take care of Sally while he is gone, and they seem to be getting closer. Manny, Easy, and Angel get to the hospital to take out Packer, but there were a lot more Sons than they expected. Despite the risks, they decided to continue with their mission. As the elevator opened, they saw 4 Sons in front of them, and before they could react, Manny, Easy, and Angel start shooting. With things not going to plan, they had to make a run for it, and in the process, Angel shoots a guard. Gabby, being there as a nurse, saw Angel being the shooter. Knowing the same, they grab her and get out of the hospital, and with Manny's help, they are able to get away. Later, they learn that Manny also managed to get away safely. As Easy talks with Gabby, she lets him know that she saw Angel shoot the guard, and she will inform the cops on what she saw. Easy tries to convince her on not to do so, but Gabby seems determined on what she needs to do. As a result, Easy, in order to keep his brother safe, ends up shooting and killing Gabby. Angel, realizing on what he has done, was quite shocked. Easy later goes to his father, and indirectly lets him know what he has done, and he tells him that he now knows who he is. And as he leaves, we see Felipe breaking down, as he was not able to save his son from a life of violence. While Sophia comforts Easy, and as he tries to tell him what he has done, she lets him know that she doesn't want to know anything, and is happy that he is back safe. Angel also reaches home, and it is when he learns that Nails has lost the baby. Nails lets him know that she is done with him, and returns back the ring he gave her. Angel is quite emotional with everything. As Felipe tries to comfort him, he asks him to leave, and blames his past mistakes, coming back to haunt them. Angel, being drunk, goes to Coco's house to be with Letty. But Letty lets him know that what they did was wrong, and cannot act on it. As Angel tries to push her, Gilly, being there, realizing what happened, beats the shit out of him. As Angel returns home, he finds Adelita waiting for him. Adelita shows him his son, and he is quite happy holding him in his arms. Meanwhile, Alvarez's wife invited Bishop for dinner. She tries to set him up with a date, but with Bishop not being in the right state of mind, things end badly. Creeper also got quite close with Cody, and shares a lot of his secrets. Gilly welcomes his old commanding officer Ray and her son into his home, and lets them know that they can stay as long as they want. And we learn that Ray wants to give her husband some space. Back at the club, with the initial attack on the Sons not going as planned, Alvarez knows that now it's an all-out war, and he asks them to go ahead with the plan. And we get to see the Mayans taking out various members of the Sons. Later, they drive into one of Sons' compound, and they attack them. During their attack, Bishop is saved by Taza, while Easy, finding himself alone in a room with Kanchi, takes him out, knowing that he will never be able to forgive him. Angel saw what Easy did, but says nothing. As they return back, Manny didn't felt like celebrating, as they lost Kanchi, while Easy tells him that he needs to lead the charter now, and he should become the VP at Yuma. Taza lets Bishop know that now he considers them even, as he saved his life. Creeper also introduced his girlfriend with the members of his club, and was quite happy that they liked her. Angel returns home to be with his son. Adelita lets him know that she is not sure if she can be a good mother, and Angel tells her that although they're both messed up, but their baby is pure, and it is their responsibility to keep him protected. Back in Mexico, El Banquero and Soledad's sickly mother passes away. With her being gone, El Banquero lets his sister know that as their parents are now gone, he will take over the business, and if she has any issues, he will put a bullet in her head. While Miguel is attacked on the way, and he is kidnapped. As the hood comes off his face, he finds that he was kidnapped by Soledad. She lets him know that she got him there to discuss a business proposal. Later, we see Miguel approaching Alvarez, and he asks him to come for a meeting, as he owes him that, since he abandoned him. On the other hand, Emily gets spooked, as someone has been looking for her, and she asks her sister to move away with her son, and assures her that she will join them later. But before Aaron could leave, we see someone stalking her. In Santo Padre, Angel is enjoying being a father, and discusses names for their son with Adelita. He later apologizes to Nails for not being there for her. Nails lets him know that she doesn't hold it against him, and knows that he has a good heart. While Easy gets a visit from JJ as well, who threatens him directly by implying that he got out, as he was an informant, and as Easy threatens him, JJ lets him know that he doesn't want to out him, but wants a job working for the club and he'll do anything to make money. Sophia, being inside the trailer and hearing the conversation, lets Easy know that JJ will be a trouble for him. While Bishop gets to meet with Maggie again, the lady whom Alvarez's wife tried to set him up with. They find a bit of chemistry between them, and go for a date, which they seem to have enjoyed. We also get to see Potter visiting Adelita, and he informs her that his associate Anna is believed to have murdered her husband, and then taken her own life. And the scene was made to look like a murder-suicide. Potter makes sure that Adelita understands that he has leverage over her before he leaves. While Creep's girlfriend Cody is revealed to be an undercover cop named Kate. Her handler installed cameras in her apartment and subject her to a drug test, as they don't want her to repeat her past mistakes. They also push her to get something on the club fast, as of the recent streak of violence. Later, we get to see Alvarez and Easy going to a warehouse for a meeting, and Alvarez informs Easy that he needs to put the past of Dita Galindo behind him. Easy and Miguel both are surprised to see each other there. Soledad proposes to them a new business arrangement, where she will be supplying to them in abundance, with Miguel as the liaison between them. As she wants to grow quickly. And in order to show them how serious she was, she shows them the warehouse, which was full of product. She also assures them that they need not worry about her brother, as she will deal with it. Alvarez agrees to consider her proposal, and Soledad lets him know to make a decision quickly. As Alvarez tables the discussion at the club, Easy believes that this deal could put Santo Padre back on top, and will make them untouchable. The club likes that idea, but Alvarez announces that he's going to say no, as he believes that the deal is poison, and they don't need it. In addition, he wants to end the bloodshed. Bishop disagrees, and calls for the death of all the Sons. Easy agrees with Bishop, and doesn't think that it's time to change course. But Alvarez is certain that they need to step back, and he makes it clear to everyone that it's his decision, and the matter is now closed. With the matter being closed, Taza asks for the floor, and requests permission to go nomad, as Santo Padre no longer feels like home. Easy feels disappointed, and doesn't want anyone to stay, if they don't want to. Alvarez allows Taza to go nomad. And he leaves the club. Later, Easy talks with Bishop about taking back the leadership, as he doesn't feel Alvarez is the right choice now. Easy also gets a visit from his father, who is quite disappointed with how he turned out, and he blames himself for it. Easy makes him hold a gun to his head, and asks him to shoot if he wants to end things. But Felipe is not able to do so. Easy, knowing JJ could be a problem, calls him for a meeting, and he lets JJ know that he can either shoot himself, and his family will get $80K, or he kills him, and his family gets nothing. As JJ tries to wiggle out of the situation, we see Easy executing him. The club later says goodbye to Coco, as they put him to rest, and they let Letty know that they are there for her. Later, Letty gets Coco's old car, which he gave to Louis as payment, but with him being gone, he wanted Letty to have it. Letty later picks up Hope, who is about to get back to drugs, and she lets her know that she doesn't get to leave her. Creeper reaches Cody's place, and as he starts to talk about drugs, Cody, developing feelings for him, pulls him inside the bathroom, and tells him who she is. We later get to see them talk outside, where Cody tells him that they have a lot of information on him from their conversation, and they can put him away for a long time, but they are not interested in him, but are interested in the club, and want him to become an informant, as it will allow him to walk away from everything. At the club, Jess hears Easy talking on the phone about a location, and she informs the same to someone. Nestor saw her calling, but is not able to connect the dots. As Easy goes out for a ride with Sophia, he is attacked by the Sons. Easy survives the attack, and is able to kill those who came after him. Meanwhile, we get to see Tiggs visiting Terry at the hospital, and blaming him for the shit show his war has brought them into. Later, Tiggs meets with Alvarez, and as they talk, Alvarez learns on why they attacked them in the first place. Having no knowledge about the same, he assures him that he will check into it. Tig agrees for a ceasefire, but lets him know that Packer's crazy brother is back, and he intends to take revenge. Being back, Alvarez informs the club about the ceasefire, and lets them know that those who came after Easy are a rogue contingent. But Easy was not having any of it, and he wants to go after the Sons, and get into business with Soledad, as it will give them immense power, and they will be in control. The rest of the members also agree with him. But Alvarez was not ready to budge. Seeing this, and knowing the bylaws, Easy proposes to remove Alvarez as the president, and activates the kill switch clause. And one by one everyone voted in favor of it, with Angel being the last one. With Alvarez gone, we see Easy telling Bishop that in their hours of crisis, they will need his leadership vision, and appoints him as his VP, so that he could guide him, while he takes the seat of the president. With Easy taking the seat at the head of the table, he gets down to business. He lets everyone know that their strength lies in the club as a unit, not as any one individual. He wants to do away with Northern California versus Southern California and unite as California. And with the products at the warehouse as their war chest, they will control the streets, as well as the prisons. Angel is worried about Easy seeing what he is becoming. Easy tells his brother that he needs to get on board, or he can get out. While Alvarez returns home, parks his bike in the garage, and takes off his cut. In Mexico, we get to see El Banquero being killed by Adelita on his sister's order, and she is now ready to move forward. On the other hand, Emily gets a call, and it was Miguel calling him, who tells him to come back, and lets her talk with their son, but doesn't tell her anything about Aaron. We later see him visit Felipe, and he demands to know why he killed his mother, and how he managed to turn Emily against him. He tells him that Emily wasn't involved, and he takes responsibility for his mother's death. But Miguel knows that his sons were also there, and believes that it was one of them who killed her mother, and he will take his revenge. It is when Felipe reveals to him that he cannot go after any of them, as they are his family. JJ's wife shows up at Easy's trailer, demanding to know what happened to her husband, but Sophia lets her know that Easy never met her husband, as he was with her for the entire night. We also get to see Manny being tortured and being burned alive by Isaac, who is Packer's crazy brother, and the freaky meth cult leader, with whom Coco got involved with. While Creeper goes to the police station and asks for Kate. Creeper agrees to provide intel on the Mayans, and turns down an attorney, and as they proceed, he takes credit for every crime associated with the club, claiming he's the only one responsible, and no one else was involved. As the season ends, we get to see Easy in bed, along with Sophia and Sally, staring at the ceiling and looking satisfied, while a hooded figure sets fire to the warehouse, which had Soledad's product, and watches everything burn. Thanks for watching. And if you liked it, please subscribe.